The MAG-01H DI system can be used to take very accurate measurements of the declination and inclination of the Earth's magnetic field to within approximately 3 seconds of arc accuracy. The system consists of 3 components: a non-magnetic 6-second Wild T1 optical theodolite, a high-stability single-axis magnetic probe, the MAG-A, mounted on top of the theodolite, a meter unit, the MAG-01H, which displays the magnetic field strength as read by the probe. The following controls are referenced in this video: the micrometer, the vertical circle drive, the horizontal clamp, the optical telescope, the vertical clamp, the optical plummet, the horizontal circle drive, the circular bubble. The reading microscope, the fluxgate probe, the plate level, the circle, the scale illumination mirror. Preparation of the tripod. Loosen the screws to release the bottom legs. Set the tripod up at a comfortable height and check visually for approximate leveling and stability. Tighten the screws. Make sure the tripod is stable by putting your weight on the footrests to press the points into the ground. Remove the top plate by unscrewing. Warning: because this instrument is capable of measuring very small magnetic fields, for accurate measurement the equipment must be placed in an area free of magnetic interferences which could bias the data. Mains power magnetic fields are not a problem, as the instrument only measures DC fields. Installation of the theodolite. Remove the theodolite carefully from the box and place on top of the tripod. Fasten the screw into the base of the theodolite. Tighten it enough so that the theodolite is secure but can still be moved to align with the reference point on the ground. The plate on top of the tripod is the same shape as the base of the theodolite, so make sure that both are aligned. Look for your reference point on the ground with the optical plummet. Secure the theodolite completely. Plug the cable from the probe into the magnetometer. Make sure that the red dots and the connector and the MAG-01H align as you plug the cable in. Turn on the MAG-01H to let the electronics warm up. Leveling the theodolite. The first step is to level the base of the tripod. This is done by adjusting the 3 foot screws so that the circular level bubble is exactly centered. Now align the plate level between 2 of the foot screws A and B. Next, use foot screws A and B to center the plate level bubble. Turn the foot screws equally but in opposite directions until the bubble is centered. Now rotate the theodolite 90 degrees clockwise. Use the 3rd foot screw C to bring the plate level bubble to a centered position. Rotate the theodolite 90 degrees clockwise again and again use the 2 foot screws A and B to bring the plate level bubble to a position halfway between its new position after rotation and the center position. The position obtained is called the mean position. Rotate the theodolite 90 degrees clockwise again. Use foot screw C to bring the plate level bubble to the mean position. To check that the theodolite is level, rotate it 360 degrees. The plate level bubble should remain in the same position for all directions of the theodolite. It might not be central. What is important is that it returns to the same position after a 360 degree rotation. Once everything is set, do not touch the tripod again. Taking the datum of the reference target. Remove the lens cap and open the scale illuminator mirror to let light in. Aim the theodolite using the crosshairs in the telescope at a reference with a known azimuth. With the target acquired visually, clamp both vertical and horizontal circles. Use the horizontal circle and vertical circle drives to adjust the position finely. Look through the reading microscope. You will see a vertical scale above a horizontal scale. These mark degrees. To the right is the micrometric scale showing minutes and seconds. Use the scale focusing ring to focus the scale image if needed. Use the micrometric control to bring the horizontal degree reading within the double line index. Then read the degrees in the horizontal window followed by the minutes and seconds. Here the reading is 42 degrees, 22 minutes and 18 seconds. Because the circle is on the left, this is called the circle left reading. To remove errors, duplicate the reading. Unclamp both circles and rotate both the theodolite and the probe by 180 degrees. The circle is now on the right, so this is called the circle right reading. Take the same readings off your reference point again. They should be identical to the circle left reading plus or minus 180 degrees. Taking two measurements lets you average any error. Note the values you have recorded. The target datum can be calculated as circle right plus circle left divided by 2. Declination measurements. 4 measurements are required to measure declination: east with probe up, east with probe down, west with probe up, and west with probe down. At this stage you will be looking for measurements on the magnetometer of 0. It is very important to ensure that you are not carrying any material which could affect the instruments, such as glasses with metal rims, a belt with a metal buckle, a phone, keys or coins. If in doubt, hold any items, for example pen or glasses, close to the probe and see if this affects the reading on the magnetometer. Make sure that the probe is perfectly horizontal by adjusting the micrometer and vertical circle drive. The vertical scale must read 90 or 270 degrees, 0 minutes and 0 seconds. To measure east up, the magnetometer probe should be above the telescope, with the telescope pointing in the general direction of magnetic east. Rotate the theodolite until the Mag01H reads 0. Make rough corrections by turning the theodolite by hand until you reach levels close to 0. Then clamp the horizontal circle and use the horizontal drive to fine-tune the 0 reading. Now use the micrometric control to bring the horizontal scale to its nearest whole figure reading, which in this case is 90 degrees. The probe is on top of the theodolite, so this is your east-up reading. In this case, the final reading is 90 degrees, 49 minutes, 24 seconds. Enter this on the record sheet. To make your west-up measurement, release the horizontal clamp and rotate at 180 degrees so that the instrument points approximately west. Repeat the previous procedures to make your measurement and note this on the record sheet. Bring the magnetometer to a 0 reading. Adjust the micrometer to obtain the theodolite reading. To make a probe down measurement, release the clamp on the vertical circle and rotate 180 degrees so that the probe is below the telescope. Clamp the vertical circle with the telescope in the horizontal position and take your east down and west down measurements. When rotating the probe, always make sure it is brought back to the horizontal. To calculate the mean measurement and declination, follow these equations. Inclination measurement. This also requires 4 measurements: north up, north down, south up, and south down. Set the theodolite to the mean measurement value, or mean measurement plus or minus 180. Rotate the micrometer screw until you reach the required minutes and seconds reading. Rotate the theodolite by hand until you reach a position close to the horizontal degree value. Clamp the horizontal circle and use the horizontal circle drive until the required degree value line is placed between the two lines. Rotate the theodolite on the vertical circle until the magnetometer reads 0. Adjust the theodolite by hand and then fine-tune with the vertical circle drive. The scale window will not be adjusted for vertical readings and will look like this. Because the theodolite is pointing south with the probe down, you now take your south down reading. Adjust the vertical scale to its nearest whole number using the micrometer screw. In the example shown here, the south down reading is 247 degrees, 3 minutes, 24 seconds. Using the same methods as before, now take the south up, and north down measurements. For each one, get a magnetometer reading of 0 before noting the measurement. To calculate inclination, use this equation. Packing away. To pack up the system, rotate the sight and probe to vertical, clamp in place, and replace the lens caps. Unplug the magnetometer. Unscrew the theodolite, remove from the tripod, and replace it carefully in the box. Fold up the tripod and loosen the screws so that the legs will reduce to their shortest length. The legs will interlock when closed up together. Tighten the screws to fix them at their shortest length.